What's up, you guys? Chase the Dark Sage here. We are back with another FiguartsZERO figure unboxing / review for Tomioka. I don't know. You guys know who I'm talking about. The Hashira from Demon Slayer, the first person that Tanjiro technically kind of fights within Demon Slayer. He is one of the Hashira, like I said, and he has the water breathing style, which is, I guess it might be some foreshadowing, seeing that Tanjiro, I guess, might take his place. I haven't read the manga or anything. I only watched the anime, and I also guess I've seen Mugen Train. If you have not seen that review, go ahead and check that review out. It's on the channel already. But right here, we got the FiguartsZERO of Tomioka, whatever his name is, Giyuu. We can just call him Giyuu throughout this whole thing. And if you guys have seen any other videos on my channel, you guys know that I already reviewed two other FiguartsZEROs from Demon Slayer, which is the Tanjiro and the Zenitsu. And hopefully, whenever the boar dude, Inosuke, whenever he comes out, hopefully I'll be able to review him as well. But guys, right here, I got this bad boy from Box Lunch. I believe I got it for about $84.90. But you know, as I got this, it was actually Box Lunch, the lunch money time, when you actually could get some money off of figures or shirts or, you know, just anything that's in the store. Basically, if you have $30, you get $15 off that purchase. But whatever, you guys know if you go to Box Lunch. And I got this bad boy from Box Lunch, which has a good amount of figures every now and then. I'm glad this figure came out around the time of Mugen Train. That way I was able to secure it, I was able to get it, because if you guys would not know, I consider FiguartsZEROs the poor man statue, the broke man statue, because they have like statue-esque kind of qualities, kind of like, you know, details on them, but it's not like super detailed like a $300, $400 statue. But for $80, you get a pretty good, nice figure right here. But before we get to the video, before we get to the review of this figure right here, I gotta say shout out to my Patreon pledgers for going ahead and financially supporting the channel. I gotta say I highly appreciate what you guys are doing for me, financially holding it down over there on Patreon. If you want your name shown on this little Patreon picture right here with all these other beautiful names, go ahead, check the link in the description down below for Patreon. And if you guys did not know, you can actually see my videos earlier if you are a Patreon member, so go ahead, check the Patreon out. Also, I gotta say shout out to Broke Boy Gang, aka Notification Squad, because after I bought this bad boy, I was a tad bit broke because this really hit the pockets, but I was able to save some money with it, so it's all cool, it's all good. But if you're not a part of Broke Boy Gang, if you want to be, go ahead, do me a favor right now, it's for free. Subscribe to the channel, hit the post notification bell, like the video, and share the content as well. That way you get more updates whenever I post newer and doper content on the channel. And lastly, if you have not already, go ahead, follow me on all my other social media platforms. All my links will be in the description down below. So let's go ahead and get into it. Right here, we got the front of the box right here. And I gotta say, at the front of the box, it looks pretty cool. It looks pretty dope. This reminds me a lot of the Tanjiro FiguartsZERO. Like I said, guys, if you have not checked that out, hopefully I'll leave the link in the description down below if Editor Chase remembers. But right here, this definitely reminds me of the Tanjiro figure that I already have and I already reviewed. Right here, we got one side of the box, the right side of the box, or at least my orientation right here, which this image actually does look super dope. I really do like this image. We got the back of the box right here with all the little details that actually come on this figure right here, and just a nice little backdrop with the figure itself right there too. And we got the left side of the box right here. We got the top of the box, and then we got the bottom of the box. Let's go ahead and open it. As usual with these FiguartsZERO figures, they do come taped on all the sides, so for video purposes, I already took the tape off, so that way it'd be easier for me to open it up. And right here, when we open it up, we get this. Ooh, and I do like the accent colors that they have in here with the plastic. And right here, we get the figure itself, all wrapped in the blister pack, or the blister pack, whatever it's called, the little plastic wrapping that's around it. And you can see that Giyuu's head is kind of poking out right here, where I can actually push it back, actually touch it. But right here, we have tape around here. I'm gonna go ahead and cut back with the magic of editing. That way I could just cut all this tape off that's surrounding this blister pack, and Giyuu can be free. So let's go ahead and do that right now. And right here, we got Giyuu out of his plastic prison. Right here, we have the Giyuu Tomioka figure, which is pretty nice. I think it's pretty dope. Honestly, this figure is a little bit different. It's a little bit different from the Tanjiro figure. This figure definitely reminds me of the actual Tanjiro FiguartsZERO figure, only because they're both water-breathing characters from Demon Slayer. But right here, this one actually comes out more, while the Tanjiro water-breathing effect actually is kind of more surrounded around Tanjiro himself. But right here, we got Giyuu Tomioka with his sword out, with his little, like, you know, his Hashira cape or jacket thing flowing in the wind, which I actually do kind of like that. I think that's pretty dope right there. And I like the water effects as well. There are there's like one tidbit, or there's one thing that I have to like nitpick right here, and that's this little connecting piece that actually forms the water breathing effect, or where it's all connected at. And right here on the FiguartsZERO, usually, like I said, I call this the poor man statue right here, and this is the part where it's actually kind of poor manish. One, because obviously it's smaller than a lot of other statues, but also two, right here, the detailing. Now the detailing is all right for a regular figure. For $80, you're getting a pretty good figure with the effects going around it. connected with the figure, with the character being like, you know, it shows the whole character and things like that, and him having a dynamic pose and things like that. But right here, you can see that obviously right here, there are pieces that you can see where it's actually connecting right here, which obviously if you have them like this, you won't really see it like that. But if you actually look around the figure like I am for the review, you will see it like this right here is connecting right here. This right here is a seam right here that's connecting. This right here is connecting. You can tell that this is also hanging on this, so therefore there won't be too much warping over time. That way it won't like really bend or kind of warp and kind of leave this weird looking look to it. And right here you can see like little edges right there and things like that, and you can see where it connects right here. And this is probably the one that I have the most gripes or the most complaints with right here, is because honestly, look at the way that looks. Doesn't really flow into the next one with nice colors, but I'm not really expecting statue detail from a figure like this. But I do have to say that I do really like the effects, especially this back effect happening right here with the water it kind of looks a little dragon-esque, even though, you know, I'm not gonna say nothing about season 1. The Giyuu definitely shows out towards the end of season 1, but right here I do like this effect right here. This effect actually looks pretty dope. Like I said, it has that little connecting piece right there as well. But right here, overall, the figure, I think it's pretty dope. It's not a bad figure. You guys know that I'm gonna give you some dope pictures and some dope shots of this bad boy right here, but I do like the face sculpt. The face doesn't look too bad. It's very plain. I kind of wish he was a little more angry, but he kind of looks like this most throughout the series that you've seen so far from season 1. And I do like the fact that his blade is kind of, you know, sticking out right there. His other hand is kind of looking like, yo, like you throw a fist at me, like I'm gonna catch that bad boy and I'm gonna just, you know, twist it, like, you know what I'm saying. But right here I also like his stance as well, inside the whole water breathing stance that he has going on right here. And I like his little kneeling pose, because he looks like he's about to give you a really big slash, a slash that might, you know, end your life. But right here I do like the sword effect. The sword actually does look nice, and the sword isn't too flimsy. I mean, obviously you can move it right here. It kind of never mind, it does feel flimsy, but ooh, this detail right here with the little kanji symbols happening on the sword, that definitely looks dope. And I like the way that this his little jacket thing, his little Hashira jacket, is actually flowing while this effect is happening as well. I can see that this actually kind of will warp over time, because this really isn't connected to anything. Therefore, like, if you have it out and, you know, just certain wear and tear happens over the years, it can actually start going down. But right here, this is kind of strict, like on where it's like posed at. Like, you could barely like move it, you could barely like bend it or anything like that. But overall, I do like this figure. Obviously, I'm gonna give you some dope shots, and we'll get my final thoughts on some of the measurements after that. So let's go ahead and get some dope shots right now. Alright guys, after getting those dope shots and those dope pics of this Giyuu right here, I gotta say that this figure right here, I gotta say I really do like it, especially paired with the Tanjiro of the FiguartsZERO line as well. I gotta say that these two figures right here are pretty dope. The only discrepancies I have with this, like I said, are the little parts where you can see like where the little joints are kind of like, you can tell that they were like put together, things like that. But that's the only problem I really have with it. Other than that, I really do like the figure. I kind of like this one a little bit more than the Tanjiro one, only because the Tanjiro one, now that I'm looking back at it and having something else to compare it with, the Tanjiro face is a little bit bland. And this part, while it is kind of cool, I kind of like the water actually surrounding Giyuu, or like forming around Giyuu, while Tanjiro is just using the water effect, even though this water effect right here is actually surrounding him, while this one is actually coming out a little bit more. But this water effect right here, the part where, you know, their feet are, I like this little quote-unquote base stand. I really want to call it a base stand, but I kind of like this little base that Giyuu is actually stepping on more than what Tanjiro is stepping on, actually, because it looks like Giyuu is kind of like more in control of this, while, you know, Tanjiro, he's just a little angry, and he's getting that little, you know, that little anime power when you do get angry. But overall, this figure is about 7¼ inches tall and wide, as in from this little spike thing right here to this little spike thing right here of his water coming out, it's about 7½ inches wide. But right here, this figure, I gotta say, it's pretty good, especially for me getting it for about 50 bucks. Now it is retailing for about 80 bucks, but if you can't get on a deal, like I said, I got mine at Box Lunch, but if you could get on a deal for like $50, maybe $40, I definitely say scoop this bad boy up. For $80, price is a little bit steep, but like I say, this is the poor man statue right here. I gotta say thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you have seen Demon Slayer Mugen Train in theaters, or if you have not, if you plan on seeing it in theaters, and if you're hyped for season 2. I know some of you guys are manga readers, so you might have already read the manga, so don't spoil anything in the comments down below, unless it's for Demon Slayer season 1, depending on how long this video is out, depending on when you're seeing this. But right now, guys, I gotta say thank you guys for watching. If you are new to the channel and you have not already, go ahead and do your boy the big favor of subscribing, hitting the post notification bell, liking the video, and sharing the content. And I'd like to say thank you guys for watching. Dark Sage out. Peace.